Hello there, and it is MG Cuba here. In this video, I'm going to be... Well, okay, you've read the title. This is going to be how to F2L. This is mainly because I've got a couple friends who are using a beginner's method. They want to learn how to use F2L, so let's get into it. So, once you've used Scramble Cube, let's start. So, I'm going to imagine you know how to do the cross. Maybe I don't. And normally in a beginner's method, you would take a corner and insert it. Take another corner and insert it. That's not what you're doing in this method. Okay, so this is part of the famous beekeeping method CFOP, which is widely used by many cubers. And what it consists of is making pairs, which for the sake of this video, we're going to call join, where you join them up and put them in. Hit the target, where you lift the target up, hit it, and put it in. Lefty join, which is just join on the left. And lefty hit the target, which is hit the target on the left. Now, those of you who are more experienced cubers and you know what team blind is, you'll probably know that join and maybe sometimes even hit the target are team blind terms. It's easier to use those, so I'm just going to use those. So we're going to be setting up into those main four positions, and this is going to be a hard video to make because F2L is very intuitive and it's not something that can really be taught. So many people will probably do this case differently. So I do it like this to set it up into a join or a lefty join, and then put it in. This case, I do like that, which I think is a more popular method. This one I do like that, but there's some that I do differently. So this one, I'll normally rotate, do that, rotate and do that, which I know is not very good. So I've started doing this. There's lots of different ways that you can do certain F2L cases. There are spreadsheets of F2L cases, let's find a case. So this case, I would normally pair it up into a join and then do that. This one, hit the target. This one I'd pair up into a join, hit the target, and put it into the back. This one I'd set it up into a join, put it in. This one I'd rotate and set up into a hit the target, and then put it in. Now, there are variations you can get that can help your F2L, and there's many things that you can do to build on it. So there's advanced F2L, where you wouldn't go to here putting, just put all the pieces on the top layer and then pair them. You would just go straight to pairing them. And you can also get things called extended crosses or X crosses, where you finish your cross and a pair's already solved, and you can get double, triple, or quad X crosses, which is an F2L skip. And, for example, the world record solved by Yu Shengdu had a double X cross, where he finished the cross and two pairs are solved. And you can do, you can do things to influence them. So it might not be obvious, but like Timon Kolosinski, what he does is he alters how he does his cross a bit so that it gives him X crosses, which can, if it's not too many moves, be very good. But just an example of doing pairs differently is here you could do this. But what you can also do is just kind of there and insert. And that can also help set up other pairs. There are many advanced F2L techniques that I'm not going to go too deeply in, but I'll just showcase a couple of them. Now. So there are things called pseudo pairs, where you've got a corner and an edge solved in different pairs, and you're like, well, this is going to be two F2L cases. Now, it doesn't have to be, so you can put these two together and then solve pseudo pairs, which solve two F2L cases at the same time. There's winter variation, where you have a hit the target pair, and all of these edges orientated, and you do a certain algorithm and it does the top of the last layer for you. There's summer variation, where it's a join pair and you put it in and it does the top layer for you. There's VLS, where not all edges have to be orientated, and you do an algorithm and it does the top of the last layer for you. There's ZBLS, which can be from any pair, and you do an algorithm and it gets a cross on top done. And there's probably many more that I'm forgetting, but that's just a basic look into F2L, and it can get very fast if you look at fast cubers like Felix Zemdegs or Ruhang Shu, or Timon Kolosinski or Max Park. They have insanely fast F2L, so it's fairly intuitive, and it's just a matter of getting it pretty fast. So yeah, my F2L's not that fast, but if you get it fast, then that's going to be very good, because F2L does take up quite a bit of your solve if you use full CFOP. But yeah, that's just a kind of how to do or how to get started with F2L. There's not really much that can be taught. You can go look up spreadsheets of cases if you want, but I find that they don't help me too much. So I just kind of stick to doing it intuitively. I just find different ways to do different cases, faster ways. I sometimes stumble across someone like YouTube or something like that. And yeah, that's just a kind of insight into F2L, and if you know F2L, how you can kind of branch out and make it better. But yeah, that's really it for today. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye!